Hi friends, it's Becky and I'm going to make a pair of earrings today with y'all. This is just going to be one pair of earrings and I'm using the curated collection for March. Or sorry, this is the April one I think because I just got this one. Or wait, no, it hasn't arrived yet. This must be the March one. It's this one that I opened up that I had two of. Pretty sure this is March. No? Is it? No, because we just started April, so we just got into this. Also, side note, I figured out a way to sort of somewhat organize this and put it on my shelf with everything without it just being in a baggie that slides off and falls and slips and slides. And it's these they're photo boxes. So I can put all of these, my little tubes that these are already in, and all of my baggies for my curated collection, and it's right here in this little thing, and I can turn it on its side and stack it like a book in a bookcase, or I can have them stacked underneath some of my other things like my 15 grid organizers stacked really nicely on them or over them or with them. So I'm really pleased. I've been using these to store my silver silk findings or my silver silk coils, and just figuring out that I can use them for like my seed bead subscription and my 2-hole bead subscription is just, I'm tickled. I'm just so pleased that I figured that out and that it's working so well for me. So I'll link to my unboxing of this when I post this if you want to see all of the different beads that are in there. But I am going to be using 2 of the 2-hole bead varieties. I'm using some of these pyramid or stud beads, and I don't know why this is not, there we go. These pyramid or stud beads, I'm going to be using some of those. And I'm also using these 2-hole dagger beads. Now you can totally do this earring with 1-hole daggers. They're just gonna kind of hang a little bit differently than this one because I go through just with the wire through the second to the bottom hole on the outside ones and the top hole on the middle one. So it just, they stagger and lay like this. And you can, again, totally do this with single hole earrings. This, by the way, is a preview of what we're going to be making. And we can do that. Now I'm going to be using 22 gauge craft wire in order to form this. And I'm also using some of the check glass beads that came in the companion bundle that Cassandra puts together to go with the curated collection. And we've got this just bright red, almost orange, like vermilion colored rondelle that has this I don't know what kind of finish it is, but it gives it this rustic, like just brushing the dirt off your tomato kind of look to it. I kind of love that. And then we've got these sort of round beads that have these table cut edges. They're like triangle beads, and they've got kind of a travertine finish and this peridot color. And then we've got this matte kind of, it's like a carnelian color for these beads. And so these all together, it does lean very towards the orange, but this is a pleasant orange to me. It's an orange that I deeply appreciate. So we're going to be using that. And I've also pulled out a couple of the 8-0 seed beads that came in that subscription. I am opting to use these gorgeous like topazy yellow. They're not super yellow, they're just, you know, like a topaz color. These guys. I'm using those. They're the 8-0s. There was another variety of 8-0s in that bag. They're very bright. I could have gone with that, but I feel like that would have just taken it like almost too far into the orange. And I like having these yellows as kind of a mellower. And I like using this green to kind of call out the green in here. And I like this balance of color a lot. You could use different colors. There's no reason you have to do that with this. But yeah, so those are the materials that I'm going to be using. My tools are going to be, because I'm wire working, some flush cutters, some chain nose pliers, and some round nose pliers. And that's it for tools. So let's grab our materials. I'm just going to be using one of the pyramid beads, so I'm going to move these other guys out of the way so we're not confusing my camera too much with all of these. I'm just going to move these guys a little bit out of the way. Oh, and I've got an ear wire that I made also with that 22 gauge craft wire. So I also wanted to address my friend Pauline let me know that my shorts that are all sped up, they're difficult for her to watch, and I totally understand that. And the reason that I do those is so that I'm going to keep this one that has more of that black on it because I love that color. The reason I do those is because, you know, if I'm doing a very simple pair of earrings, you know, it might only be a 3-minute video, and it doesn't feel like to me that that would be something that it didn't feel like that would be to me something that was worth posting the long form for when I could just do a really quick sped up version, do some voiceover on it, and have that be done. And it's entirely possible that I am going to need to do a few more that are like that. I'm also still going to be doing the sped up videos on the shorts, but I wanted to give y'all another option of something to watch if you're tracking my progress. And I super appreciate y'all being along for the ride with this while I'm doing my earrings every day challenge and wanting to keep up and keep the you know, see what I'm making. But if the shorts are difficult for you to watch that are sped up, don't watch them. If it's at all possible, I'm going to go ahead and, even if it's a 3-minute video, post a regular video that you can watch, you know, put it on your TV or however you watch it, just so you can keep up and watch what I'm doing with this. I am also still going to be doing a catch-up on the weekend to catch up with my progress, so you can get all of that info. And is that going to be the right size? I might not have cut that long enough. You know, I'm going to save this for making some ear wires with, and I'm just going to cut a little bit longer because I was in the middle of talking while I was cutting it and I wasn't paying too much attention. I'm just going to cut off about 7 inches of wire, and this may be too much, and that's okay because I can always use the extra cut off pieces. I just want to make sure I have enough for all of this. All right, so about the middle of this, I'm just bending it in a U shape because I don't want a sharp bend. But in the middle of this wire, I'm going to go ahead and place my 2-hole dagger beads, and I'm going to go through on this first one. I'm going to go through this second hole. So if you're just using a single hole dagger, then you only need to worry about going through one. So there's those 2 holes, one that's close to the edge and one that's kind of further down. For that first one, I'm going to go through that hole. And then for my second one, I'm going to go through the hole that's closest to that edge right there. And get that nestled right there next to it. So they're kind of staggered like that. And then the next one after that, for my third, I'm going to go through that second hole again. So it goes second hole, first hole, second hole. And now that I've got this here, I'm going to bend my wire straight up the side. Just press it kind of flat against the side of that dagger. Do the same thing with this side. I can straighten these out a little bit. You're going to want to make sure you don't have kinks on this, so just using your fingers to straighten out your wires. And see how they're crossed over like that? On this point right here, on about the midpoint of this curve, I grab my pliers, kind of do a little bit of a bend on the wire right there so that it's coming straight up or out and away like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Like this. All right. So now I've got these 2 wires that are going straight in this direction. I'm going to hold them fairly close together, but not too close, like that, so they're parallel. And then I'm going to take these 2 holes in the pyramid bead, and I'm going to put one of these wires in each of the holes and carefully slide it down. If it gets a little stuck, you can push these wires together a little bit to get it past that until it's sitting right there at the top of my little sort of a hanger shape that these are on there. All right, so you can see where we're at with that. The next thing I'm going to do is pop one of these 8/0s on each end of the wire. And then right here at the top of the 8/0s, I'm going to bend one of these wires in that direction, right over the top. So they're going to cross over each other again. And then the other one I'm going to bend this way. And then this one right here, where these 2 kind of meet in the middle, I'm going to bend it again so it's going straight up, like that. I'm going to take this other wire, the one that is crossing in front, I'm going to bend it around that wire. I'm just going to go a couple of times around. There we go. Ooh, and I want to have it going. Yes, I didn't plan it that way, and I should have, but just by mistake. I've got this going around kind of clockwise if you're holding it this way, so that it spirals in this direction. And this one is going counterclockwise the other way, so it's going to spiral the other direction. You can have them spiral in the same direction, but since they're earrings, I kind of sometimes like a little symmetry. So I want my spiral to go in opposite directions. All right, so now that I've got this, I've got one piece of wire coming along this side and this one going straight up. Now I'm going to stack. This one's, I mean, come on, friend. I'm going to stack these beads on. And I'm going to start with my tomato-y bead right here on the bottom. Next, we're going to put on our green chili peppers, just like that. These are garden beads to me. This screams garden at me. And I don't know, what is this? Is this a kumquat? I don't know. All right, so now we're going to just come around to the red bead, and then around the green bead, and then around this guy up here at the top. And I'm not, well, here we go. Let's just do 1, 2, 2 spins should do it to wrap that around. And then I need to make a little loop up here. So I'm going to bend over the top of these pliers. Just use my finger and then grab my round nose pliers. Make a loop. I'm gonna have this come all the way around. And I'm just maneuvering it around there, sorry. I'm gonna bend this out of the way so it's not in the way there. And then I'm going to wrap this around until it meets about the same area that this is. And I've got some open bits there. And I'm going to cut these and then use my pliers to kind of smush them together. Just a little bit. Just a little smushing. Here we go. There we go. Which garden vegetable do you think this one is, guys? Because if this is our tomato and this is our green pepper, what's this one? Which one would you plant to go with them? in your garden. There we go. All right, and I love it. And you know what? This is a little bit outside of my color comfort zone, and I'm here for it because, like I said, it's making me think of green and growing things, and I'm happy to make these just like this. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to put, again, a link to my unboxing for the Curated Collections. They are a subscription from Beads to Live By. It's a small bead business in Michigan, and every month Cassandra puts together a selection of seed beads of various sizes, everything from 15-ohs all the way up to 6-ohs, and then some 2-hole beads that are curated to go along with it. And she also does these check glass bundles, like I just used these. These were in the check glass bundle that was supposed to go with this. And those are optional add-ons that you can add on to it. But it's one of my favorite subscriptions, and I'm happy that I get it every month, and I love sharing it with y'all. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great week, and I'll talk to you later.